back by popular demand, we are going to update my Allen Iverson top 10 cards in my PC. Stay tuned. There's a lot of fire, a lot of new additions, and a new number one. So let's get right into it. Welcome to the most passionate content for card collectors on YouTube and possibly the whole entire internet. As usual, I am your host, Jake Roy. 90s b-ball cards here on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, a little bit of Twitter, occasionally a little bit more TikTok than before, and still got that screen name on Threads. So yes, today we're getting into the top 10 cards in my Allen Iverson PC. We did this video 2 or 3 years ago, I think it was the last time we did this, and I've been getting a lot of questions as far as what does that PC look like today, knowing that Allen Iverson is not my number one guy. Penny is. We've had pretty much an annual update on that for quite some time now. So Allen Iverson is one that I have not revisited that collection for quite a while with you all. So today is the day. Like I said at the beginning, there are a lot of new additions. There are going to be some new ones at the top, and including a new number one card in that collection. So really excited to share this with you. Lots of stuff that was really fun to look at, and a lot of values that have changed. We're going to talk about all that and so much more. Let's get into it. Alright, here we go with the top 10 and a few honorable mentions, as you know you can count on me for. So starting in with number 10, we have got 98.99 Fleer Tradition. This is the electrifying, and obviously this is graded in a PSA 9, so that's really what's getting it on the list this time. Not that these cards aren't great on their own, but the PSA 9 definitely makes these worth significantly more. You know, you've got edge-to-edge gold foil, really something that pops. You've also got some embossing there with the electric current or lightning bolts, whatever you want to call it. That type of styling was very popular in the 90s, but they're embossed. You can really see it when you flip it over on the back. You can kind of see that. I don't know if the camera's picking that up well, but yeah, these, because of the foil condition, is definitely an issue for these. So getting a 9 on this is pretty good. 10s, you're gonna see, those are gonna go for multiples more. This is one that I had in my collection for a long time, along with a number of pennies. I sent a bunch of them in. You've probably seen in the PSA reveal videos, and if I remember correctly, they all have gotten 9s. So those elusive 10s, but that just shows how difficult it is truly to get a 10 on one of these. So this one, in the grade that it's at, the pop count keeps going up, year over year. So the grade pop count doesn't, it's not the most important thing. It's really more about the condition. But anyway, so the value on one of these in a PSA 9 is 150 to 160 is what I was finding. So definitely something that wouldn't have been on the list if it wasn't graded, but they're just so gorgeous. I'm glad this one did make the list. Number 9. We've got the 96 Press Pass game-used jersey of Allen Iverson. You can see up in that corner, you get a little bit of some color. So you get a little bit of white trim, and then you get a little bit of navy, maybe from a letter or from a number perhaps. I'm not sure exactly what part of the jersey it comes from, but this is one that I picked up at the National this last year in Chicago. Really happy that I was able to get this. The dealer had a couple of copies, but this is the only one that had some color on it. Because of that, he was not really willing to budge on the price. At the time, I paid a little bit of a premium, but these cards have definitely gone up significantly since then. This is a rookie year by some estimations, collegiate card by others. So, some people are not terribly big fans of collegiate cards. Some people like these more because they consider them rookie year, so all that type of stuff. It is interesting. You flip it over on the back, you've got some numbers there that seem to indicate that these were intended to be serial numbered, but they don't have the second part of it. So assuming that that's true, you could go and take a look and see what other numbers you could find and try to suss out what the estimated print run on these is. But that's a guesstimate. The back is also an interesting piece because you can see kind of the construction of the card. It was kind of folded together like an envelope, where you've got Allen Iverson's on the bottom part, and then folded over it you got the the verbiage there, you got the picture and all that. So presumably you could unfold that and see the piece of the jersey and take that out. Interesting thing, this is the first time that a jersey was incorporated in a card for a basketball card. Predates the 97-98 game jersey cards, which were the first NBA version that had a piece of a game jersey in it. So very interesting, innovative stuff. So they're definitely playing with the concept of this at the time. But something I was so happy to have gotten in my collection, something that's been on my checklist for a long, long time. So when I saw it at the National, I knew I had to try to make a deal. So right now, these are about $170 to $180 roughly. Again, you know, if you get a better patch, those are going to demand a premium, just like you would expect from any other jersey card. All right, number 8, we've got another one from the National. We've got the 2001-2002 Topps MVP promotion of Iverson. So for those who are not familiar with these are short printed to just 100 copies. You flip it over on the back. As long as you are reading, you will see the game notes, you know, how you play and everything like that. Do not miss the first couple lines, because that's where it tells you that there are only 100 sets for each player produced. So that's how you know these are short printed to 100, and presumably if you get one that has been redeemed at a higher clip than others, then there are even fewer than that out there. So these were redemptions that you would, you know, again, you'd read those rules of the contest, and I believe if the player on the card got Player of the Week for any 1 week, you would redeem it for a whole set of the MVP promotion from Topps. You know, so you can see those cards online as well. But these ones with the MVP promotion stamp, very hard to track down. You know, it's really something that player collectors, you know, it sends them in fits. So this is when I saw it in a dealer booth. Another one that they were not willing to budge because they knew what they had. This also denoting that it was Allen Iverson's MVP season. There's a good chance that he was probably one of the ones that you would have redeemed to get some of the sets back. So this one comes in right around $200 last I checked. You know, there haven't been any recent sales, so you know, this is really a guesstimate, you know, for all these. Throwing up the card ladder there so you can take a look and see what we've got for sales data and what we've got for the card ladder valuation on a lot of these. Short print to 100, a card that I've been hunting for my PC for a very long time. Very happy to have this one. All right, moving right along to number, what are we on, 7? So, 96-97 Fleer Ultra Platinum Medallion. This is the rookie card for Allen Iverson in Series 2. You can see it's in a BGS 9. Flip it over on the back, and you can see this is the old style slab, so you get those subgrades on the back. I really love the old slabs, and you know, it seems like some people are starting to veer more towards the old slabs where they can get them, just because some of the stuff that's happening with some of the modern grading these days. So we don't need to get too much on a tangent about that, but these were inserted at a rate of 1 in 100 packs for all Series 2 cards. Fleer Ultra, they said that the print run was under 250 sets, so not sure how much under. Maybe it was 225, maybe it was 200. We're not really sure, but we know it was intended to be under 250, so that's really cool to have a guesstimate on the print run of these. Obviously the next year they serial numbered them, so this was the end of just guesstimating print runs. But you know, just a really cool rookie set. I really like the rookie encore more than the base rookie, just because the design sets the rookies apart. But you know, some people like the base rookies. That's fine too, but this was a subset in Series 2 for the rookies, so you can see, you know, you get 2 options, whichever one you prefer. And this comes in at about $230, $240, you know, so really cool. Happy to have this in an old slab as well. All right, the next one we've got on the list, number 6, 99-2000 Fleer or Skybox at this time EX Exceptional. This is the green parallel, so there are 3 versions of this. The green is the middle child of the group, so red being the base and blue being the most rare. So this one, if you flip it over in the back, you can see it is serial number to 500. The blues are serial number to 250, if I remember off the top of my head. So this is one, because people call it kind of like you know, a poor man's jambalaya, although you know, some of these are pretty pricey, especially you know, when you start getting up into some of the bigger name players, or if they're graded really highly. But you know, you've got that kind of like mini lenticular honeycomb pattern in the back. That's why people call it the poor man's jambalaya. The colors here don't match with every player's jersey, but you know, for Iverson, obviously you go with the red one, you're going to get a nice jersey match, whereas other players, you get other colors that will match better. So you know, the colors are something that I think, if you get one that matches really well with a player, that might get a little bit more attention, but it's not going to have a significant increase in the price. At least I haven't seen any evidence to point to that. So this one is one, again, I've spoken about the value a little bit. You're looking at probably like $270 to $280. I think the last one that I saw sell was just under $300. So, these are gorgeous cards in hand. They get very popular. And the Iverson is my only PC guy, or he's the top PC guy. KG's in this, but there's no penny. So really happy to have gotten the Iverson when I was able to get that. All right, the next one we've got here, midway through the list, number 5. This was a shock to me. So we've got the 98.99 Upper Deck. This is the Superpowers Quantum Silver that you can see at the bottom. It's serial number to 100. So when I was compiling the list, this card was not on the list. And then all of a sudden, one popped up for sale kind of midway through creating this. And, totally threw everything off. So, it was not on the list, then all of a sudden it jumped up to number 5. So, really, that was a shock there. It's no shock because, these are numbered to 100. Some people don't love the insert parallels. You just saw another one before that. So this is one that the only difference between this and, let's say, a base version is the die cuts, the serial numbering, and some silver foil. There's also a bronze version and a gold version. Obviously the bronze, there's going to be more. I believe it's serial number to 1,000, and I believe the gold is numbered to 50. Might be 25. But this is the middle child. I've got a lot of nostalgia. You've probably heard me talking about how my brother pulled a Tracy McGrady when we were kids. What a phenomenal pull. And then he traded away in kind of a foolish decision. And he traded away to our friend Joe, who's now collecting the set. So this is one that holds a lot of nostalgia for me. Really love having it. I've got the penny as well, so it's one of those that I've debated at times if I want to move the Iverson. I just haven't quite gotten there yet. But again, love it. Super hard to track down. And that last sale that I said made this jump up was north of $300. So this is I would guesstimate probably around the $280 to $300 range. But again, we have that most recent sale, so that's what jumped this into the top 5 of this list. All right, number 4, getting to some really fun ones. We've got the 99 2000 Topps Finest. This is the gold refractor. You can see, you got gold all over the place. Flip it over on the back. You got a refractor finish on the back, and that's serial number to 100. Number 74 out of 100 would have been really cool if it was number 76 for the Sixers, but I digress. So numbers to just 100, you can't find these terribly frequently. They don't come up for sale very often, but when they do, they create quite a fervor, especially recently. Everybody loves a good gold refractor, and this was the first time that there was a gold refractor parallel. So in 96 and 97, there were gold subset cards that also had refractor parallels, but there was not an entire gold refractor parallel for the whole set until 99 2000. So this is the first of that, and it gets a lot of attention, and of course, serial numbering them makes it even better. So, this one is right around the $300 mark, maybe a little bit above, so just a hair higher on the list than the last one. They're very similar. We're going to start seeing some bunching of values pretty soon here, but just a gorgeous one I'm really happy to have, especially because Penny in the set is in the Suns uniform, so I've got to get both. All right, number 3 on the list. 97-98 Upper Deck Game Dated Memorable Moments Foil. I say all that because some people will list it, if you're looking on eBay, as a game dated, but some people will list the base version as a game dated. Some people will say it's memorable moments. You've got the little thing on the bottom talking about the moment that's captured here. But the foil is the one thing that is different from this and the base, as well as the print run. So if you're looking for one, it can be difficult with the pictures. Look for something that you're going to see that foil. And once you've gotten one in hand and you look at pictures of it online, it starts to jump out, but it is one of those that's a little bit more subtle and nuanced, so it is pretty tricky there. But it's inserted at a rate of 1 in 1,500 packs, which is just mind-boggling. People have guesstimated at the print run. We're not going to do that here. but because they are so scarce, almost as scarce as the game jersey cards, in fact, these ones are right around $300 is where I'd put it. I think the last one I saw sell was right around $400, but I would say they probably average out about $320 or so. Just incredible cards. I love that picture of Iverson from the All-Star weekend in the Rookie Challenge, and he won that MVP, and then later on went on to win the Rookie of the Year for the year. So, I have loved these sets for a long time. I picked this up a very, very long time. I think when I picked it up, it was on ComC for like $25. So if that tells you anything about when I started picking some of these up, super happy that I did, and I have them in my collection because having this and the penny makes me very happy. All right, number 2, another one that really surprised me. We've got the 98.99 Topps Finest Centurions. This is the PSA 9 version. You can see it has no peel on it, whereas the last one from 99-2000 had the peel. That's how I prefer it, but this is how I got it as well. So having it in the PSA 10 is what got it on the list, which, again, shocked me, because if you flip it over on the back, you can see that these are serial numbered to 500. So the last card on this list that was numbered to 500 was at number 6. This one's at number 2. Again, you can see with it being graded highly, it's got a low pop count, not to say that others won't show up, but the last one that I saw sell was upwards of $600. The one before that was quite a while before, I would guesstimate this is probably between $300 and $350. I don't know if this came up for sale again, if it would go for $600 again, but it very well could. You just get the right buyer, and sometimes that competition will lead to high prices. But one of those, again, like I said, I was very surprised, and one that honestly, if I found one with the peel, I would definitely let this one go so I could get one with the peel. Of course, if I could get one that's the refractor, I would love to get that in my collection as well. So really shocked to see this one on the list, but it makes sense because of how popular the PSA 10s are for people. All right, before we get to number 1, let's go through a number of honorable mentions, and we'll talk about why each one made it. But the first honorable mention is actually 3. So we've got the 99-2000. This is the NBA Hoops Build Your Own card. So this is a fun one that I, again, have a lot of nostalgia to. These were actually redemptions. So you get a little booklet. You would pick your first choice for one of the 3 fronts and one of the 3 backs. You'd also put a backup, so you put a second choice for the front and the back. And then you'd send it in with a check or a money order, and you would get back the card that you have designed, essentially. So there were 9 combinations, 3 fronts, 3 backs. You could pick whichever of the 3 fronts, and you could pair it with whichever of the 3 backs, as long as supplies last. So that's where you flip it over on the back, and you can see these are each serial number to just 250 copies. They would only make a copy, though, if it was redeemed. So if a player was not redeemed that much, they would not make all 250. If a certain combination was not redeemed that much, they would not make all 250. If you sent it in and your combination was already sold out, if they already made the 250, they'd go to your second choice. If the second choice was sold out, then, they would give you something else. So, really interesting stuff, and that's why I wanted to make sure I had one of each of the 3 fronts. You can see, you flip them over on the back again, you can see I do not have all 3 backs, just 2 of them. So, cool stuff that that one in the top loader is one that I sent away. I got it back. This is how it was packaged. So a lot of people are probably looking at it saying, why don't you even have it in a penny sleeve? That's why. This is the original packaging. I have the original packaging slip that it came in, all of that. A lot of nostalgia. This is just one of many that I tried to send away. I didn't get all of them back. Some of them they came back after the deadline, so we got our money back, but we did not get the card. So this is a really cool one. The reason why I wanted to share this is because last time we did this list, this was number 2 on the list. This time it's an honorable mention. The value stayed relatively the same, so it shows you kind of the quantity and quality of my collection has increased for Iverson, but this was number 2 last time, and this time it does not even crack the top 10. So interesting there. The next honorable mention is the 96-97 Topps Chrome. This is the base rookie in a PSA 9. So just an iconic card, of course. And I remember grabbing this, and at the time when I picked it up, I was a little bit nervous. I think I spent like $50 on it or so. It seemed like a lot at the time. So flash forward, and the last time that we made this list, it was number 1 on the list at a valuation of around $350, maybe closer to $400 at some time. But today you look at it and it's about $115 card. So it depends, there's no shortage of these. So it shows to you, first of all, the prices are very volatile. So a lot of these, they've gone up since the last time, or they've stayed the same, or they've gone down. This is one where it has gone down significantly. Most of them, they've stayed the same or gone up. This is not the same case. At the time when we made that list, base rookies were all the craze, especially in PSA 9s and 10s, and that didn't hold true. But that's right. I had it for a long time, had it in my PC. It's going to stay there. I'm happy to have it, and we'll be happy to have it for many years to come. So wanted to note that. The next one we've got here is the 97-98 Fleer Thrill Seekers. So this is one that also was on the list last time. This was at number 8 the last time we did this list, and it is sitting here on an honorable mention. I think it's around $70 last time. Right now it's probably about $120, $130 card. Gorgeous cards. I love the contrast of having that scope design there, kind of similar to what you'd see on a PMG Championship, and then you've got the contrast with the matte finish on the front, with the player and the team color around the border. Really cool. Love these. Was on the list last time, not this time. The next almost made the list, very close. We've got the 99-2000 Upper Deck Star Surge. This is the silver parallel numbered to just 100 copies. So the last time we did this list, this probably would have made it, but I didn't have it at that time. So this one is just shy of $150. So it's very close to that number 10 spot, which was $150 to $160. So, really close there. So wanted to make sure to share this because, next year it could very easily be on the list. The next honorable mention, very similar story here, could have been on the list very easily if I had it in my collection. Last time I did not, and it could have made the list very easily this time if, a recent sale had come up. But this is serial number to just 100, not a lot of recent sales, so just shy of the $150 mark, but these are gorgeous. I absolutely love that, I don't know, I kind of call it a lava lamp. I don't know what you call it, but really love that hollow foil pattern. Ultimate Victory is a really cool set. All right, and the last honorable mention, another one really close to making the list. This one is just a $3 difference between the 1 and the number 10 spot when I did the evaluation and kind of took a blended average. So this is the 96-97 Skybox Premium Golden Touch. This is a rookie year insert of Iverson. Really cool gold foil stock that they used on the cards, and it's his rookie year. So, some really cool stuff, and one of those insert sets that Penny is not in. Really big bummer that he's not in it, but Iverson is, and it's his rookie year, so happy to have that to be in my PC. So, really cool one there for the last honorable mention, and that brings us to the number 1 card on the list. 98-99 NBA Hoops Prime Twine. Just an unbelievable, intricate, delicate die-cut, laser-cut card. Flip it over on the back, and adding to that, it is also numbered to 500. This is number 250 out of 500, so right in the middle. Love having that, really cool. But this is one that popped up for sale from a friend on Instagram, and had to make a deal. This is one that I've had my eye on for a very long time. Just was not able to get one, and we were able to close a deal. So really happy to have been able to do that. It's one that I've debated slabbing just to protect it, because it is such a delicate card, but, I just haven't pulled the trigger on slabbing it. So let me know down in the comments if you think I should slab it, and if I should, who should I get it slabbed with, So let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts, or should I leave it the way it is? I love being able to see it. I don't love having my PC cards away at grading for too long, so, that's been one of the deterrents. But one of those, just a gorgeous card. I mean, not a lot of foil, not a lot of frills, other than the die cut and laser cuts. It would have been really interesting if they did put, like, some gold foil on it or something, but something tells me that would have made it even more difficult to get all these die cuts if they had done something else. So I'm glad they did what they did. It is gorgeous, and something we have not seen duplicated or replicated since. Not anything even close to the magnitude of die cuts on this. Just a beautiful set. Really love it. And that is the top 10. Alright, so that's the top 10 cards in my Allen Iverson PC as it sits today. So really excited to share this one with you. This was a lot of fun putting together, a lot of fun going through the PC and seeing some of the stuff that I haven't really looked at in quite some time. So it's always fun to go through those PCs.
more often sometimes than we have time for, but this was a great excuse to do so. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing, hit that bell icon so you don't miss any videos in the future. New videos dropping roughly once a week. We've got looks into my PC, packs from the 90s, we've got occasional collector interviews, occasional show reviews, and so much more. Thanks, we'll talk later.